Hello fellow gunners, Tim here at the Reloading Bench. I'll start off my new series. I'll crack this can open. Hasn't been opened yet. Oh, that's easy enough. Normally that sticks and you gotta fight it. I'll pour a little bit of this out and let you look at it. That's that claydot. Well, maybe it might be a little bit more orange than that, but yeah, it looks kind of like dirt clay. That feels like green dot. It is in between red dot and green dot, so that's pretty cool. I'll pour that back in the can, if I can without making a mess. Oh, now do that off camera. That wasn't bad at all. No mess. Alright, I'll pour some of this into the powder measure. I've been doing a lot of research since my introduction to this series. I can kind of understand why Alliant is saying what it's saying from what I've been studying. This powder, it don't take much. The speeds are not very fast, and the pressures build real fast. So it's kind of like bullseye. If you guys have used bullseye, it kind of acts that way. If you don't get enough of it, and you put it behind a heavy bullet, I don't even know there's a term for it, but it'll cause your gun to explode because it's not pushing the bullet out before it has a terrific reaction. And then you get too much powder, it builds pressure too fast, which will do damage too. But the main thing is high pressure, low speed. That's the deal. So with that in mind, we're going to keep it within a grain, start the max. And for my 45 ACP, I'm going to go from 3 grains to 4 grains, probably 0.2 grain intimate. Yeah, you know what I mean. And behind a 230 grain lead turret cone. And then we'll load some 200s. These are also a Lee 200 grain round flat nose. And we'll keep it simple. We'll run them from 3 to 4 grains too. Now, by my calculations, my speeds are going to run anywhere from 6.5 to about 7.5, which is not very fast. But on these forums I've been on to study a lot of this, and I've been doing a lot of paperwork too. It's like a bullseye type shooting situation to where it's light recoil, low speed, but the pressure is high enough that it brings out the casing to where it fills out and you don't have the blowback. You know, the smudging of the cases, it fills the chamber. So it's good for target loads because of that. So, with that said, my scale is zeroed out. I want to see what we can do. See if we can get up to 3 grains here. Looks more like 6 grains to me. Oh yeah, that's a lot of powder. Actually 8 grains. All right. All right, I'm going to adjust my powder measure. Tried to say that in one word. All right, I got her throwing about 3 grains. Well, this time it's throwing 3 grains, the next time it might not, but right now it's throwing it. We'll see if I can't keep my brass consistent. All right. I don't know what company that is, but I'm going to do my first 3 grains, 230 grain bullet. What's not much powder. All right. I'm using Remington 2.5 large pistol primers. I'm going to measure every one of these loads to make sure they're consistent. I've been thinking I'd have weighed my bullets before I started this. All right, now I'm going to load these up, guys. You know what I'm doing. Going from 3 grains to 4 grains of powder behind the 230 grain bullet. And then I'm going to go with the same 3 grains to 4 grains and the 200 grain bullets. I'll get them loaded. Come right back. Hey, guys. Well, I'm at the range. I'm going to try out this clay dot. This is 3 grains behind a 230 grain bullet in my 45. I'm going to be using the JHP 45. Here we go. Shooting at 25 yards this morning. Really wanted to shoot at 12.5, but we're busy down here. It shot pretty good. Wasn't too bad. I'm going to load up with the 3.2. Here we go, guys. 3.2 grains of clay dot behind a 230 grain bullet. I like it. All right, guys, I must have got distracted and flipped out a shell. As you can see on the video, that was 4 shots. I found the 5th one down on, or the first one, on the floor, on the ground. So I'm going to shoot it first, and then the next 5 will be 3.4 grains. Here we go. I'm kind of liking this powder. Alright guys, I must be shooting low. I'm starting to see holes in the target below the one I'm shooting at. So now we're going with the 3.6 grains. I noticed in the 3.2 grains, the casing's burnt pretty bad. So that's not a good sign. But it was pleasant to shoot if you don't care to burn up your brass. All right, here we go. I'm still liking it. All right, guys, here we go with the 3.8. Not too bad. All right, this will be my last load in this 230 grain bullet, 4 grains of clay dot. I'm starting to see the pressure starting to be evident. So here we go. I like 45. All right, guys, now we're going to go with the 200 grain round flat nose Lee. Now, I told you earlier in the video that I was going to go with 3 grains and then work up to 4. I decided after I loaded the 230 grain bullets that the 3 grains just looked a little too light. So on this one, I went from 3.6, 3.8, I'll take that back, 3.4, 3.6, 3.8, and 4 on the 200 grains. Here we go with the 3.4. That was really present, and I think I'm actually on the target I'm shooting at.
Okay, hold on.
All right, guys, here we go with the 3.6 grains of clay dot behind the 200 grain Lee round flat. A lot of this is because I'm shooting at 25 yards. I'm not really a 25-yard pistol shooter unless it's a revolver. Automatics are an enigma to me. I'm a wheel gun guy. All right. Oh, what I'm trying to say is my targets are looking like crap. But hey, the gun's functioning really well and it's handling pretty good. So I don't see why you can't use this powder. All right. All right, guys. Now we're going with the 3.8. Functions. Like I said, I'm not getting a good group. I apologize. All right, here we go with 4 grains. This powder's working. It's working. I'll talk to you more when I get back to the bench. All right, guys, I'm back from the range doing this clay dot shooting in the 45. I was going to show you some targets, but they're just horrific. They're just terrible. So I'm not even going to show them because they're all mixed up and they were going back and forth. And all right, I could have got probably 12.5 yards. I could have seen what it was doing, but 25 yards with this high point. The high point functions real good, and it's a gun. Accuracy, I don't think the gun's got it in it, but I don't know. It could just be my bullets. Could be the loads. I actually don't think it's the loads. I think this clay dot is actually a pretty good powder for pistol. I don't know why Alliant ain't. Maybe they just don't want to do data for it, or maybe they just want a line that people can just say, hey, it's a shotgun powder, don't use it in a pistol. But let's get into looking at some of the casings. If I can get them out. All right. Got enough out I can look at them. Sure, I get a good example here. Now, when I was shooting, I told you that the lighter bullets were showing some burn marks. Right there's what I'm talking about. There's the primer. You can tell there's no pressure on that. Looking pretty good. That was 3 grains. Now here's 3.4. See it? Pretty evident. You can tell by the primers that the pressure's starting to get where it should be. Let's see. A good example of okay, here's like a 3.8. You're starting to see the burning, not as dark, not as elegant. It's not showing as much, the darkness. And you're starting to see some more pressure, 3.8. I'm not saying it's over pressured, and I'm not saying it's super pressured. I'm saying you're starting to see the pressure. You're starting to see it fill out. So you can see right here where it's starting to fill out the chamber. That's good. You want it to fill out the chamber. Now, of course, the ones I want to show you, the 4 grains, clay dot. And the reason why they didn't just drop out is because they really formed to the casing, or to the chamber. See, the darkness is all the way around. It's not just on one side. You can tell by the primer. And it's like starting to look like normal, like factory load. And as you can tell, it's a whole lot cleaner than red dot. A whole lot cleaner than red dot. Now, I used Winchester casings for the 4 grains. Most of my manuals that I've looked through show that for some odd reason, Winchester casings are what you want to go with if you are getting up to a maximum charge. I don't know why. It's just what I've seen in manuals. Now that was with the 230 grain bullet. With the 200 grain bullet, I used PMCs. Now this is 3.4 grains. You can see it's filling out the chamber. Telling you, I really like this powder behind that 200 grain bullet. Now here's another one. Now see, this is 3.8. See how much cleaner this looks? How it's filled the chamber out? Now why the 200 grain bullets are doing better than the 230 grain bullets, I couldn't tell you. Oh, these bullets are sized to .451, which is the chamber, the bore size. I should get a die and go to 4.2, but it operates so much better with the .451. So, and then get up to the 4 grain. You can see a little bit of burn. It's not bad, guys. I actually think this is a good powder for a pistol. Okay. Now you'll see and you've seen the guy shooting beside me. He had just bought him a new Colt, 1911. Got it pretty reasonable. And was shooting it, and I'm telling you, he had a smile on his face you could not get off of him with a belt sander. He was happy. Man, was he happy. All right, well, I picked up some of his brass, just for comparison. Let's see, here's the primers. You know, they're showing a little bit more pressure than what mine are showing at the 4 grains, but I'm not recommending going over 4 grains. If you do, guys, it's on you. It's just totally on you. But now, if you'll look there. There's that burn mark. This is factory ammunition. Factory Winchester ammunition. And it's got that burn mark. So, maybe that's just, I've never noticed that before, but my casings are normally so dirty from the red dot that I don't see that. Or even the unique. The unique's pretty nasty too. There's another one out of his Colt. All right. Well, I wished I could have showed you some good groups. Like I said, I'm just not, with a pistol, I just do not shoot well at 25 yards. And I got up there to about 12 yards or 12 and a half. Might have been different, but I'm going to show you a target anyway. Now this is supposed to have 20 rounds in it. Now, I don't know if it's got 20 rounds in it or not, but I'm not happy with the groups. Then too, I haven't had the high point very long. Maybe it ain't broke in yet. It's not like the carbine. But maybe that's it. Maybe I've just got to find the load that it's going to shoot at. Okay, guys. To wrap this up, I don't see why you can't use claydot for 45 ACP. At least from 200 grain to 230 grains from, let's say, 3.4 grains to 4 grains. I didn't see an issue with function or any really high pressure signs. It was really comfortable to shoot. It didn't smoke that bad. I don't know. It, to me, seemed like pretty good powder. Thanks, guys, for watching. Make sure to share, like, and subscribe. Catch you in the next video.